live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Welcome to the news broadcast of the most prestigious station of Sri Lanka. This is the Primetime News Bulletin on Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. I'm Siobhan Pereira.
And I'm Sukmi Jayaratna. Let's take a look at today's headlines.
Serve damages due to strong winds and incessant rains. Inclement weather to stay further. A Thai woman arrested at Katunayake Airport along with a stock of cocaine worth 500 million rupees. Tosita Hallolu were remanded until the 2nd of June. Every step will be taken to create a civilized society, emphasizes the president. The crisis at Savanagala Sugar Company over, according to authorities. National Environment Week up to 5th of June, a number of programs island-wide. Tariff by Donald Trump to be effective again after the order of the appeal court.
Now let's take a look at those stories and more in detail. A large number of property damage has occurred at several places when tree fell due to a strong winds in Colombo and several other areas.
Now, according to the Department of Meteorology, the now active southwestern monsoon condition will cause the weather conditions to prevail further. Trees fell due to strong winds in Colombo from Gaul Road, Bambalapitiya to Vellavatta and at several places around Grand Pass. Several houses were damaged at Grand Pass when a huge tree fell on houses, causing extensive damage. Traffic on the road opposite the Election Commission at Saranamawatha Rajagiri was obstructed when a tree collapsed on the road. A huge teak tree fell on the power lines at Jayagat Mawatha Hokandara when heavy rains and speedy winds lashed the area. According to our correspondent, electricity supply was hampered at several places due to this. A shop has been damaged extensively when a tree collapsed on it at Nagas Junction adjoining Gaul Road in Kalutara. No one was present during the incident inside the shop, according to reports. 15 houses have been damaged during strong windy conditions at Jayabim area in Godagama. Roofs of these houses have been swept off due to the strong winds. The roof of the Archives building of the Department of Labour has been blown off and damaged due to strong winds which lashed in the Narayanpeta area in the afternoon today. Severe damages have been caused due to the strong windy conditions today in the afternoon at Torrington area in Colombo. A traffic jam also occurred in the area and 2 critically injured persons have been admitted to National Hospital when a huge tree collapsed onto the Vijayarama Mawatha, where 4 trees have been uprooted. Vidya Mawatha has been closed when the name board of the SSC grounds collapsed. Deputy Minister Mahinda Jayasinghe says that a number of projects have been already implemented in Gampaha district with the aim of preparing for the already active southwestern monsoon. Deputy Minister Mahinda Jayasinghe stated that the government has successfully removed obstructions in 3 major canals in the Gampaha district, allowing for smoother water flow and better flood control. According to the minister, the project commenced on February 25th and has already proven effective in managing the heavy rainfall experienced in recent days. He noted that the improvements have helped redirect excess rainwater more efficiently, reducing the risk of severe flooding. The minister further stated that the government is fully prepared for potential heavy rainfall expected in the coming days. He said arrangements are already in place to provide cooked meals and relief supplies to displaced individuals. Colombo District Secretary Ginige Prasanna Janaka Kumara has said that the money has already been allocated by the government to pay compensation for the damaged houses in the Colombo district. He added that observation activities are underway for the concerned estimated damages. Colombo District Secretary Ginige Prasanna Janaka Kumara reported that 1,321 families have been affected by recent events, with 47 individuals receiving religious blessings as part of the recovery efforts. He stated that there are reports of 3 fully destroyed houses and 239 partially damaged homes within the district. The secretary urged residents to follow official instructions. Incessant rains and strong windy conditions further prevail in Norelia. According to our correspondent, the house has been partly damaged when the eucalyptus tree fell on the Nanuoy Radella main road. Vehicular traffic have also been hampered. Police say that vehicular transport has been hampered when 33,000 watt high tension power line along with the post, trees and boulders fell on the Ginigatten and Norton Bridge main road. Power supply in Norton Bridge and Ginigatten areas was at a complete standstill. High tension power lines were damaged at several places on Nelua Palavatta Road and Walallavatta when trees fell due to strong winds causing traffic obstructions. Our correspondent reports that residents of the area along with the electricity board have restored the traffic. Director of the Met Department, Atula Karuna Nayak, explained that strong winds experienced last night were caused by a low-pressure system that developed from a depression over the sea, moving from Trincomalee towards the east. He stated that as the pressure systems have shifted, the wind conditions changed, resulting in the observed strong winds. However, he noted that the wind system is gradually weakening as it approaches the coastal areas of Bangladesh.
සුළං තත්ත්වයක් වෙනස් වීමක් ඇති වෙනවා. ඒක නිසා තමයි අධික සුළං තත්ත්වයක් නිර්මාණය වුණේ. නමුත් ඒක දැන් දිවිනේ ඒ කියන්නේ බංගලදේශ වෙරළබඩ තීරයට ඇතුළු වෙලා ක්‍රමක්‍රමයෙන් දුර්වලවීම පවතිනවා කියන එක ජනතාවට මතකයි.
Falling of trees and several other disasters have occurred due to excessive rains and strong windy conditions throughout the island. According to the Disaster Management Center, 1,757 persons in 485 families have been affected.
Met Department already been advised not to venture the areas from Halawata to Jaffna and also Kankansuturu and also all to Pothaville area as well, because we had been advised as per the Met Department information so not to venture that particular area as well. And 100 millimeter rainfall will be expected of the southern part of the country, and so we have been informed that all the districts has management units in tree fallen been informed, and in particular the houses also the roofs been damaged. We have been advising since a few days time with the Met Department information, and so please inform that in even the Alutara Gall and also the Kandy and also Kill the Kegol district official has to be well informed that the landslide will be first warning has to be well informed, and also we have announced and also NBR has informed that one as well. So people need to take their actions. The signs of the landslide has to be well taken, and also 117 call center is 24/7 in operation, so we can proceed with the disaster activities once all the communities been linked with that particular information.
The Meteorological Department says that rainy weather exceeding 100 millimeters will prevail at certain places in western Sabragamua and northwestern provinces and Galle, Matra, Nuwara and Kandy districts. Air Force was able to rescue 3 fishermen who were in a fishing vessel which faced an accident off Balapitiya Sea area. The Air Force conducted an operation with the help of Air Force helicopters, and the rescued 3 fishermen have been admitted to the Balapitiya Base Hospital, according to our correspondent. Wind speed of 60 to 70 kilometers per hour in offshore areas in the sea from Chilau to Putlam and Mana via Kankasanture from Galle to Pothaville area via Hambantota will prevail. The sea of these areas will remain rough, and the Met Department advises the fishery and naval communities to refrain from venturing into the sea in those areas until further notice. Susanta Kahawat reported that 2 unfortunate maritime incidents have been recorded recently. He stated that a fishing vessel departed from Chilao on the 28th, but the department has informed that the vessel has not been engaged in any fishing activities. Due to strong winds, the vessel capsized, resulting in the death of a 39-year-old individual. Additionally, on the 28th, another fishing vessel left from the Trincomalee area but has not yet returned to shore. Kahawat urged all fishermen to remain cautious and follow official guidelines to ensure their safety. Our correspondent says that a number of places around fishery harbours are facing severe season erosion due to the prevailing rough sea weather condition along the northwestern coastal area. The fishing community is facing severe difficulties due to this situation. There is a danger of the church facing severe damages, according to fishermen.
A Thai national woman was arrested early this morning at the Katunayake port while attempting to smuggle cocaine worth 517 million rupees hidden inside children's toys. The arrest was made by the officials of the Sri Lanka Custom Narcotics Control Unit. The suspect, a 39-year-old Thai woman, had concealed the cocaine in 3 toy items found inside her luggage. The total weight of the narcotics is approximately 10.3 kilograms. She had arrived at the airport around 2:50 a.m. today aboard a Qatar Airways flight. Authorities have taken steps to hand over the suspect and the stocks of drugs to Police Narcotics Bureau for further investigation. Mahavev Mulle Sansudda, alias Sampath Kumar, a mega-scale drug peddler, has been taken into custody when a group of police officials conducted a raid close to Wellavaya town, according to tip-off received by Wellavaya police. On this occasion, the suspect has attacked the police officials with a sharp weapon. Later, one of the police officials has shot the suspect below the knee, and the wounded suspect is under treatment at the Munragar District General Hospital. Police have taken into custody a stock of narcotics from the possession of this suspect.
The former working director of the National Lotteries Board, Thusita Hallolua, has been remanded until the 2nd of June in connection with an investigation being conducted related to the misuse of public property. Thusita Hallolua has been taken into custody under allegations of criminal misuse of property belonging to the National Lotteries Board. Suspect Thusita Hallolua was presented before the 4th Magistrate Court today, where he has been ordered to be remanded until the 2nd of June. President Andrew Kumar Dissanayake stated that instead of leading a life focused solely on personal interests, every citizen should commit themselves to a journey dedicated to the collective welfare. The President further noted that the 75 years of life and 64 years of monastic service of Venerable Dr. Omalpe Sobhitathera stand as a profound example of such a path. The President made these remarks at the Yatindra Bivandana Mahotsave, the grand felicitation ceremony to mark the 75th birth anniversary of Venerable Dr. Omalpe Sobhitathera. The event took place at the Ruhunu Magampura International Conference Hall in Hambantota. Venerable Omalpe Sobhitathera has emphasized the urgent need for moral leadership in Sri Lanka, stating that the collapse of ethics in a country begins when those responsible fail to act against theft and corruption. The Buddhist monk noted that Sri Lankans have witnessed the moral decline over time. The Thera added that it is unrealistic to claim a country can be developed without first cultivating virtuous citizens. If we truly want to rebuild a nation, we must first rebuild the individual, the Thera added, stressing that promoting morality is essential to national progress. According to the Thera, the eradication of theft is central to this process, and on that point he claimed that there is a unanimous agreement among the public. While political religious debates may occur, there is no room for other forms of dialogue when it comes to ethical conduct. The President and the current government The President and the current government is thanked for taking steps against corruption and urged all citizens to extend their full support to these efforts. The monk expressed hope that the nation would collectively reject thieves and fraudsters, noting that doing so would lead to the development of both the state and society. Eliminating corruption would strengthen the national economy, enhance the social fabric and restore the country's international reputation. Therefore, the Thera urged unanimous support for the government's ongoing initiatives to promote moral values, particularly those targeting the elimination of theft and fraud in order to build a just and virtuous society. President Anurukumara Dissanayake has called for a social shift away from moral decline and towards a new era of discipline, ethics and shared values. Addressing the importance of restoring societal values, the President stated that as a society moves towards the edge of moral degradation, it must now begin a journey back towards discipline and civility. Ethics and social decency are crucial discipline and civility. Ethics and social decency are crucial pillars for any society's development. The President acknowledged the significant role that the Buddhist clergy must play in this transformation, highlighting the Sangha's responsibility in guiding society through this critical transition. He stressed the need for establishing a new value system that identifies what should truly be respected and prioritized in moving a nation forward. President Dissanayake pointed out that changing long-standing habits and customs is not easy, describing it as a challenging process. People tend to cling to familiar ways and often fear experimentation and change. However, he cautioned that a society afraid of trying new things cannot evolve or improve its moral fabric. The nation must be prepared to shed outdated mindsets and adopt new principles that promote collective well-being over self-centered living. He called on every citizen to embark a renewed journey rooted in public service and national interest rather than individualism. He added that much wisdom for this path could be drawn from venerable monks such as Venerable Sobhita Thero. At this event, Venerable Dr. Omalpe Sobhita Thero presented two of his publications, the Prayogika Budu Samaya and Anaguna Sahabana, to President Dissanayake. In addition, the commemorative gift was presented to the President by Venerable Sangaraja Thero of Cambodia. A special commemorative CD featuring the tribute song Achara Puja Omalpe Sobhita Nahimi, sung by a student of Bodhiraja College and Sri Bodhiraja Dhamma School, Visharada Dulita Menuja, who also handed over this to the President. The significant event was under the patronage of the Mahanayaka of the Sri Lanka Rama Mahanikaya, Most Venerable Makulave Vimala Thero, and was attended by the Chief Prelate of Sri Lanka Amarapura Mahanikaya, Venerable Karagoda Uyangoda Maitrimurti Thero, and the Mahasangha ministers, parliamentarians and several others.
The National Environment Week, named parallel to the World Environment Day, will commence today. In this connection, the day today has been named as the Day of the Plastic Waste Management. 5th of June each year has been announced as the World Environment Day in order to commemorate on the United Nations Inaugural Conference Day held from 5th to 16 June in 1972 in Stockholm, Sweden, on the conservation of human environment. World Environment Day is being held annually under special themes in order to direct the attention of the world leaders and policymakers about the global environment problems. The World Environment Day of 2025 will be commemorated under the theme of Let's Get Rid of Plastic Pollution. Usage of plastic has already become an essential item within the human consumption style. Production of plastic materials has risen during the past few decades, and it is now stands at about 430 million tons annually. It is expected that this would double by the year 2040. Sri Lanka also at various occasions banned the use of plastics. Import of a number of polythene products and production and sales of plastic items, and also conducted awareness programs in this regard. Creation of society which take care of the environment under environmental pillar. The Ministry of Industries and Entrepreneurship Development strongly rejects the news items captioned "The Savanagala Sugar Company in a state of closure" circulating through the social media. According to the ministry, the news item has been guesswork of the certain groups being circulated. The ministry emphasizes that neither the Lanka Sugar Company nor the government has held discussions regarding such decisions. The facts published in this new item to the effect that the sugarcane harvest is not being purchased has been false, and the ministry added that the harvest is being provided by the farmers is purchased by the sugar factory. The Minister of the Industries and Entrepreneurs Development informs that necessary planning is underway by the present government in order to convert the institution, a profit-making entity which was running at a loss during the last government.
The list of names of members must be forwarded by political parties and independent groups in accordance with the results of the local government election before midnight tonight to the returning officers of the concerned local government institutions. Now, Commissioner General of Elections Samansri Ratnayaka said that the concerned gazette notification is expected to be issued tomorrow or the day after tomorrow once the list of names is received. Commissioner General of Elections Samansri Ratnayaka said that midnight tonight will be the ultimatum issued to the members who have been elected for 339 local government institutions under an additional list after the completion of the 6th of May 2025 local government election. He added that although 25 days have been lapsed, there are a large number of names not received by the Commission so far and they should be forwarded before midnight today. He further said that according to the notification of Minister of Local Government, clause number 6.2 will be effective and a gazette notification has to be issued accordingly. It is also expected to process the list of names in all 3 languages tomorrow after midnight today and send them to the government press before the gazette notification is issued. The Commissioner General requested to cooperate by providing the names so that councillors can be named in order to establish administration in local government institutions.
Mr. K.D. Lalkanta says that law is being implemented uniformly for all. The minister pointed out that a program held at Minuwangadu today that all state institutions have been provided with necessary independence for all for this purpose. Mr. K.D. Lalkanta said that although cabinet ministers, chief ministers, parliamentarians were taken before the legal procedure, they have never been held guilty during the past. At present, law is enforced equally on them and government institutions are also taken action as they have been provided freedom to do so. He pointed out that the officials have come to realize that there is no political threat while action is being taken against them. The Attorney General's office has faced threats during the past and the officials of bribery or corruption commission were not allowed to function in the fair manner. Police was also not allowed to carry out their duties and implement the law on an equal basis. He further stated that not the law was not functioning but the part of the implementation of it had been prevented. By now, confidence has been developed in all government institutions to implement law properly. He concluded that under the present government, there is no room left for the wastage of public money, government property or government funds.
Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya says that the aim of the government is to create a child who returns home happily after getting some value added through teaching and pleasant learning. The Prime Minister made this observation joining a program to enlighten Colombo District School principals on the theme Creating a Safe School Environment Without Abuse today. The program was conducted under the guidance of the Ministry of Higher Education and Vocational Education and Sri Lanka Human Rights Commission at the Ministry of Higher Education and Vocational Education. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya emphasized that all forms of violence against children must be eliminated from the school system. He stated that cases involving physical abuse, sexual abuse, neglect and psychological harm should never be concealed or overlooked. She underscored that such matters demand immediate attention and that principals, as the highest authorities within schools, are responsible for taking swift action. The Prime Minister also highlighted the critical need for teachers and educational officials to be equipped with the knowledge and the strategies required to identify, prevent and report violence against children. She stated that individuals who work closely with children must be aware of child rights, legal protections and the fundamentals of child psychology, which are essential for understanding and effectively supporting children.
A discussion between representatives of Abu Dhabi National Oil Company and a Sri Lankan delegation led by Minister of Energy Kumara Jayakodi, Minister of Labour and Deputy Minister of Economic Development Anil Jayantha Fernando was held today at the Presidential Secretariat. The meeting focused on identifying supply and investment prospects in the petroleum industry between the two nations and initiating groundwork for potential joint projects. Discussions also convert the possibility of swiftly forming a long-term agreement to supply crude oil to Sri Lanka at a reasonable price, improving the country's oil refining capacity and strengthening Sri Lanka's position in regional petroleum market. Also in attendance were Ambassador of the United Arab Emirates to Sri Lanka, Khalid Nasser Al Amari, along with the Senior Vice President Crude and Condensate at ADNOC, Abdullah Al Kubaishi, and other senior executives from the company.
The program to maintain canals of Colombo City and suburban areas in a sustainable manner commenced today under the leadership of the Minister of Urban Development, Construction and Housing, Andra Karuna Tilaka. This program is being implemented jointly by the Ministry of Urban Development, Construction and Housing and the Clean Sri Lanka program. It commenced at the Canal Way opposite Esarupaya Batramulla. Secretary to the Ministry Ranjitari Ratna explained that it is expected to maintain canals and dams without any ownership under the concerned local government institutions. Secretary of the Ministry Ranjitari Ratna emphasized the urgent need to curb plastic use, announcing a full ban on plastic bottles at all future meetings and events organized by the ministry. He stated that the harmful impact of plastic and polythene on the environment is well known and that the ministry has taken a firm decision to eliminate their use. All ministry staff have been given a 1-month period to adapt to this change.
A National Health Development Committee met today at the Sri Lanka Foundation Institute in Colombo under the leadership of the Minister of Health and Mass Media, Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa. Extensive discussions were held on how to provide qualitative, effective and efficient health service and to formulate health policies and strategic plans. A special feature has been conducting of the discussion with the aim of implementing a streamlined health service by using the funds allocated to the health sector through this year's budget. Setting up a primary health unit has been a main aim of the government, and attention was also paid to implement the project effectively and swiftly. The discussions were attended by the Ministry of Health and Mass Media, rest of the ministries, World Health Organization along with a number of intellectuals.
We're going now into a short break. When we come back, more local news on the other side. Stay tuned.
Prima Kottumi Fantamai Buddhimat ඇගේ තීරණය Prima Stella අපි හැමෝම කැමති.
Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Koshida Nakoi, Charge D Affairs AD Interim of Japan to Sri Lanka, signed a grant contract for 2 demining projects with the Mines Adversary Group and the Harlow Trust under scheme of grant assistance for grassroots human security projects today. The government of Japan has provided around $90,000 for these 2 projects to support humanitarian demining activities in the northern and eastern provinces of Sri Lanka. Japan has been a major donor in demining activities in Sri Lanka since 2002 and has provided an assistance more than $47 million. Komoshida Nakoi emphasized that Japan considers landmine clearance as an important step towards peace building, resettlement and sustainable development in Sri Lanka. He affirmed Japan's strong commitment to continue its support and hoped that Sri Lanka will come to mine impact-free country by 2027, paving way for lasting peace and reconciliation.
high-level group of Chinese investors who are now in the island to study investment opportunities and to plan investments within Sri Lanka held a discussion with the Ministry of Industries and Entrepreneurial Development at the ministry premises today. They were detailed about assembling vehicles in Sri Lanka, rubber, chemicals, tourism, gems and jewelry, agricultural products, mineral products and investment opportunities in other areas. Chinese investors discussed with Minister Sunil Handunetty and ministry officials about artificial intelligence, robot technology and electrical goods, including other industrial areas, while they were engaging in investments. The minister pointed out that the government of Sri Lanka will provide land and other necessary infrastructure facilities on a long-term leasing basis. Minister Sunil Handunetty further said that the geographic location of the country provides special benefits to industrialists, and after the completion of a period of 2 weeks stay in the island by the group of investors, all necessary assistance shall be provided in order to make the investment plans a success. Deputy Minister Chaturanga Besingha, ministry officials along with others also joined the discussions. Former senior lecturer of the Department of Sinhala Studies of Peradeniya University, Attanayaka M. Herath, passed away in the morning today. He was at the age of 72 years during his passing. He has been under treatment at the Peradeniya Teaching Hospital due to illness. The mortal remains are being kept at 340 upon E, Piligalla Road, Angunawala, Peradeniya. Final rites will be conducted next Sunday. And we'll be right back with some foreign news items. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere.
Prima Kottumi, Fantamai.
US President Donald Trump has been allowed to keep collecting tariff while the White House appeals against a ruling that dealt a major blow to key parts of his economic policies.
A day earlier, the Court of International Trade ruled that an emergency law evoked by President Trump did not give the president unilateral authority to impose tariff on nearly every one of the world's countries. The New York-based court stated that the US Constitution gave Congress exclusive powers to regulate commerce with other nations and that this was not superseded by the president's remit to safeguard the economy. Small businesses and a group of states had challenged the tariff that have shaken up the world economic order.
And in news from the IPL, Royal Challengers Bengaluru qualified for the finals of the Indian Premier League T20 cricket tournament when they beat Punjab Kings by 8 wickets in the first qualifying match played yesterday. The match was played at Mulanpur. Batting first, Punjab Kings scored 101 runs all out in 14 overs. Marcus Stoinis scored 26 runs, while in bowling Josh Hazlewood and Suyash Sharma captured 3 wickets each. Yash Dayal claimed 2 wickets. In reply, Royal Challengers Bengaluru won the match, scoring 106 runs in 10 overs. Phil Salt scored an unbeaten 56 runs. With this win, Royal Challengers Bengaluru entered the grand finale. They have qualified for the finals after 9 years. On early occasions in 2009, 2011 and 2016, although they reached the final round, they were never able to win the championship. The defeated Punjab Kings team will get the opportunity to qualify for the playoff in the second qualifying match of the tournament. Gujarat Titans and Mumbai Indians, who were in 3rd and 4th places respectively by the end of the preliminary round of the tournament. In today's match between them, the winning team will play in the second qualifying match. And that was a look at your news here at Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. I've been Siobhan Pereira together with Situmi Jayaratne. Wish you a pleasant weekend ahead. Take care. Good night.